good. Hugo was pretty good. Curtis and Kirkes, I would say, were decent, and the rest were really poor. And yet we still came out with a win, which is a really promising thing. And Newcastle's midfield is really unique. It's by far the most physical midfield in the league. Guimaraes, Tonali, both outstanding footballers, but great physicality to their games. Joelinton, just physicality to his game. He doesn't really offer much on the ball. Him getting hurt was quite funny because Gravenberch tries to pull out of the challenge because he's already on a yellow. And Guimaraes clearly doesn't want the contact either and tries to pull up and ends up hurting his groin or whatever it is, and off he goes. The Tonali one was funnier in that he gets in a tussle with Hugo, which he kind of starts, and Hugo shrugs him off and he flings himself to the floor and seemed to dislocate his shoulder. Less than ideal. The Gordon sending off was massive. There's no way anybody could look at it and say it wasn't a blatant red card. I've seen a couple of Newcastle journalists just playing to the crowd saying, oh, it seemed harsh. It's one of the worst tackles you'll see all season. Maybe the worst. Catches him high on the calf. Like when you watch it at the time, it looked like he just came late through his ankle and you're thinking that's a red card. And then you see what he actually did and it's so much worse. It's so much worse than it appeared first. I really want to see the ref cam on it. And if the refs are going to wear the cameras, put the footage of the major incidents up so that we can see what they can see. Because I don't know how Hooper didn't send him off for the initial challenge without the need for VAR to intervene. And Anthony Gordon, he's a very dislikable young fella. But to his credit, he didn't complain. He looked horrified when he saw Virgil's leg. And he seemed really apologetic. And Virgil as well, like, got up, and when Gordon got his red card, Virgil went to him and spoke with him. So, like, clearly no bad blood there, but how would you claim it's not a red card? Absolutely wild. And then they were trying to claim that Ibu should have been sent off for a little shove on Harvey Barnes, who's not going through on goal, by the way. Like, he's not getting that ball with or without the shove. He just isn't. And if we want to start totting things up, I mean, Guimaraes had 3 yellow card fouls and only got 1 yellow. Dan Burn should have gotten at least 2 yellow cards and only got 1. He could have gotten 2 in the one incident, but only got 1 for the game. Then they were trying to claim that the Gravenberch foul on Guimaraes that he got a yellow for should have been a red. Now, it is one of those scissor tackles, so that is something he needs to be careful with. But the thing that gets me is the footage they're showing, they've actually sped it up to make it look worse. They've actually sped the footage up to make it look worse. But Guimaraes steps in an unnatural way into Gravenberch's path, which is why Grav goes to ground the way he does. Guimaraes puts his foot in between Gravenberch's and leans into it. So it's a poor challenge by Gravenberch. It's definitely a yellow card, but in no way is it a red card. You'd have to be out of your fucking mind to call that a red card. The idea that somehow Simon Hooper was favouring Liverpool last night, it is just, it's a staggering break from reality. You'll have to excuse that I was opening Twitter. It's just, it does not fit with the reality of what took place. Like, we gave away more free kicks in the first 25 minutes than we had in any game in 15 years. And we didn't commit that many actual fouls, but he was giving them absolutely everything. Gordon dived a couple of times and was just given free kicks. Florian Wirtz got poleaxed twice, got nothing. Joelinton kicked Cody Gakpo in the head, and Simon Hooper was having a laugh with him. So the idea that Simon Hooper was favouring us is just ridiculous. And when people ask, oh, where did they get 11 minutes of stoppage time from? Well, in the second half, there were 3 goals. Both teams made a raft of substitutions. And this is really important, Joelinton had an injury stoppage. Sandro Tonali had 2 injury stoppages. And Fabian Schär had an injury stoppage. That's why there was 11 minutes of stoppage time. And Rio scored in the 10th minute anyway. It was 99 and whatever seconds. And then he played an extra 2 minutes on top. Not to mention, the ball was only in play for like 40 minutes in the game. Normally, in a Premier League game, the ball is in play for about 54 minutes. It was in play for, I think, 40.8 minutes or something yesterday. So, there was a ton of time wasting. Now, some of that was us, admittedly, but quite a bit of it was them as well. The idea that in any way they favoured us is just mental. Absolutely mental. On to other news. Rio is set to sign a new contract in a couple of days. Once he turns 18, he can get a 3-year contract. That's the most... Sorry, once he turns 17, he can get a 3-year contract. Then next year when he turns 18, he'll get a 5-year deal. So don't freak out when he gets a 3-year deal in a couple of days. Anthony Gordon explains why he made red card challenge. Yeah, he had an apology up on his Instagram. Rio Ngamoa joins Wayne Rooney and 2 others in rare Premier League feat. Let's see. James Vaughan, James Milner, and Wayne Rooney are the only 16-year-old, plus Rio, are the only 16-year-olds to score in the Premier League. Rooney and Rio were the only players to score winners in the Premier League at 16. And Rio, I think, was a day younger than Rooney was, or something like that. Maybe Rooney was a day younger. I think Rio was a day younger. Absolutely remarkable. Remarkable composure. Just, you couldn't speak too highly of the kid. Very quickly then, Isak, Newcastle's owners held a meeting with him yesterday to try and convince him to stay. I believe this is part of their we tried everything and he just wouldn't stay situation. And he told them he's not staying. He will not stay, does not want to stay, and nothing they can say will convince him to stay. And now even Luke Edwards has admitted that Isak's stance is that he's not going to return. Isak seems determined to remain on strike until he gets his desired move or the transfer window shut. And I don't think the transfer window shutting is going to make him come back and play. I really don't. I think he'd sit out till January. Alexis missed out yesterday. There was some talk that it might be to do with his wife, or is he get married yet? His girl, his fiance anyway, giving birth. That's not the case. He's actually injured, which isn't great. Roma want to sign Costas, but they want a loan, and we want a permanent sale. And then from a podcasting point of view on AnfieldIndex.com, there is a new Media Matters. It's David Lynch joining Dave Davis, so make sure you check that one out. There's also Post-Match Raw from last night, so give that one a listen when you have a chance. And Dave Davis has a news round from this morning as well. And that's everything. We'll have a new scouted out today. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Right, the Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts and even Liverpool legends along the way, with the Great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to anfieldindex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.